Let's go to the Emirates Stadium. We've seen a fantastic game between Arsenal and Manchester City. 2-2, Desmond territory. I had Leroy Sane. I think it was an 8-1 bet as to open the scoring. I had Sane and Aguero to score for City. That one came in. And also whisker off my 2-1 prediction for Manchester City. Credit to Arsenal, they came back in the game though. They face West Ham United in a London derby at the Emirates. The tale of the tape for Arsenal is 1-3, drawn 1, lost 1 of their last 5. West Ham, 1 win in the last 5 away. You would think that if Arsenal and Arsene Wenger and those players wearing red are serious about reclaiming a place in the top 4, this is a game they have to win, and I believe that they will. I'm going to go for Arsenal 2, West Ham United 0. Slaven Bilic, of course, with a dreaded vote of confidence this week. Hull City face Middlesbrough, a real relegation scrap in terms of the reality of both teams' positions in the league, but in terms of the form, it couldn't be any different. Hull City unbeaten in their last 4 at home. Middlesbrough no win on the road in their last 8 games. Cut and dried this one. Borough can't score goals. Hull are starting to score goals, create chances. Straightforward again. Hull City to keep a clean sheet. Marco Silva doing a cracking job up at the KCOM Stadium. Hull City 2, Middlesbrough 0. And just like Sunderland, I think again the nail is being driven a little bit further down in the Premier League coffin of Middlesbrough Football Club. Southampton against Crystal Palace. A team that I expected to go on and really challenge the top 6 this season. But I just wonder if Charlie Austin's loss early in the season to injury and then struggling to lead the line with Shane Long, bringing in a goal scorer like Gabbiadini but not a line leader, how much that affected Southampton, their psyche, their form at pivotal stage during the season around Christmas and late winter time. They face a Crystal Palace side now that have won 3 of their last 4 away, including a cracking game, of course, at Stamford Bridge. That will, in the dressing room, it's unquantifiable. It's a bonus game. If you're playing for a team lower down the table, you're not expected to go to Chelsea and win. They've won. So imagine those players coming out at St Mary's Stadium, Zaha, the likes of Benteke. They'll be bristling. They'll be looking forward to, hopefully from a Sam Allardyce perspective, of kicking on. I'm going to go for Southampton 0. 1 win in the last 4 at home. This would back this out. Poor form from the Saints. Southampton 0. Crystal Palace 2. And if you're looking for scorers, I'm going to go for Christian Benteke with a brace. Swansea City face Spurs. Big week for Spurs. Cracking result up at Turf Moor over the weekend. They go down to Swansea that themselves picked up a point against Middlesbrough. 0-0 in the Sunday afternoon kickoff. I think it could be the law of the X. I expect Gylfi Sigurdsson to want to put in a reminder performance to his former employees. I think he will get a goal for Swansea, maybe even open the scoring for the Jacks. But I think that Tottenham Hotspur now are in such a good vein of form, but not so away from home. Won 1 of the last 4 away. So just be mindful of that going down to Swansea. But I just certainly think that, although there's no Harry Kane, he's coming back for the North London derby. That was put out there, that information, to tell the players, don't worry, Harry's going to be back soon. Heung-min Son, Dele Alli, Eric Dyer, Christian Eriksen are all waning with goals. And I think that the fact that that points differential that we expected to be maintained at 9 points, 10 points, 12 points, and it to be a cakewalk for Chelsea, that is now not the case. And there'll be 1 or 2 Spurs players thinking, hey, we lost out to Leicester this season. Could we be the miracle men? Bearing in mind everybody's talked about Chelsea pretty much since Christmas time. Swansea City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2. I'm going to go for the Christian Eriksen and Heung-min Son, the scorers for Spurs. What about the big game of the midweek? Chelsea against Manchester City. Chelsea lose at the weekend against Crystal Palace. Manchester City get a point. Tale of the tape is thus, of course, losing against Crystal Palace, but Chelsea's home form has been exceptional all season. Weird stat, though, that they've lost more games, I think, now than Manchester United have this season. Manchester City lost 1 of their last 4 away from home, and we certainly saw at the beginning, the middle, and a little bit in the second half of Manchester City's power when they turn it on. Sterling, De Bruyne, Aguero, Sane, absolutely exceptional players that can go and hurt anybody at any time. But this is a Chelsea that will be wounded. This is a Chelsea that traditionally at home keep things nice and tight. So I'm going to go for a classic 1-1 draw. I think that Diego Costa will score for the Blues. Leroy Sané, that came in as our 8-1 bet as first scorer in the Arsenal game, he will equalise for Manchester City. And you know what? I think that although Chelsea won't be happy to have dropped, 3 points against Crystal Palace, 2 points against Manchester City, they still have a really nice cushion at the top of the table. Could that be 4 points? Could that be 5 points? Could be that 6 points? Could be that 7 points, 9 points? We don't know till after the midweek round of games. But I'm going to go for Chelsea 1, Manchester City 1. And the final game of, where are we? Match day 31, 32, losing count now. Getting towards the end. Through the running, this is where it starts to get really, really tasty. Injuries, suspensions, lack of form, lots of games. I'm looking on your behalf at who's coming off the bench, who's played 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, who's had that really nice little cameo that could come in and wait with a goal. So don't forget, BoyleSports.com/Stan for all of that. And the final game of the midweek match days, Liverpool against Bournemouth. 4-3, of course, down on the South Coast. A season classic, it's fair to say. I don't think it's going to be as exciting for Bournemouth fans this time around, though. Maybe so for Liverpool fans. Liverpool on the back of a really good derby win. Southampton 0, Bournemouth 0. Good away point for the Cherries. But I'm going to go for a cut and dried 3-0 to the Redmen. Why? Coutinho is in form. Mane's on absolute fire. Divock Origi scoring in the derby game against Everton will give him a lot of confidence going into a game like this. And I would imagine Jurgen Klopp will be putting his arm around him and say, continue as you were, kid. No win in the last 4 away either for the Cherries. So I'm going to go Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0. And I'm going to go Sadio Mane with 2. And I'm going to go for Divock Origi with 1. 1, of course, the last 4 at home have the Redmen. That concludes your midweek predictions. Don't forget all of the columns, all of the predictions, all of the offers. The crossbar challenge is open right the way throughout the season. And lots of offers on BoyleSports.com/Stan. Give it a little tap on your computer or your phone. And very good luck for you in your predictions, and hope that you follow mine, because I am absolutely on flames at the moment. BoyleSports.com/Stan. Have a good week.